preface of The Gathering Storm, which is a book by Winston Churchill. The Gathering Storm by Winston Churchill. Preface. I must regard these volumes of the Second World War as a continuation of the story of the First World War, which I set out in The World Crisis, The Eastern Front, and the Aftermath. Together, if the present work is completed, they will cover an account of another 30 years' war. I have followed, as in previous volumes, as far as I am able, the method of Defoe's Memoirs of a Cavalier, in which the author hangs the chronicle and discussion of great military and political events upon the thread of the personal experiences of an individual. I am perhaps the only man who has passed through both the two supreme cataclysms of recorded history in high cabinet office. Whereas, however, in the First World War, I filled responsible but subordinate posts. I was for more than 5 years in this second struggle with Germany the head of His Majesty's government. I write, therefore, from a different standpoint and with more authority than was possible in my earlier books. Nearly all my official work was transacted by dictation to secretaries. During the time I was Prime Minister, I issued the memoranda, directives, personal telegrams, and minutes, which amount to nearly 1 million words. These documents, composed from day to day under the stress of events and with the knowledge available at the moment, will no doubt show many shortcomings. Taken together, they nevertheless give a current account of these tremendous events as they were viewed at the time by one who bore the chief responsibility for the war and policy of the British Commonwealth and Empire. I doubt whether any similar record exists or has ever existed of the day-to-day conduct of war and administration. I do not describe it as history, for that belongs to another generation, but I claim with confidence that it is a contribution to history which will be of service to the future. These 30 years of action and advocacy comprise and express my life effort, and I am content to be judged upon them. I have adhered to my rule of never criticizing any measure of war or policy after the event unless I had before expressed publicly or formally my opinion or warning about it. Indeed, in the afterlight, I have softened many of the severities of contemporary controversy. It has given me pain to record these disagreements with so many men whom I liked or respected, but it would be wrong not to lay the lessons of the past before the future. Let no one look down on those honorable, well-meaning men whose actions are chronicled in these pages without searching his own heart, reviewing his own discharge of public duty, and applying the lessons of the past to his future conduct. It must not be supposed that I expect everybody to agree with what I say, still less that I only write what will be popular. I give my testimony according to the lights I follow. Every possible care has been taken to verify the facts, but much is constantly coming to light from the disclosure of captured documents or other revelations which may present a new aspect to the conclusions which I have drawn. This is why it is important to rely upon authentic contemporary records and the expressions of opinion set down when all was obscure. One day, President Roosevelt told me that he was asking publicly for suggestions about what the war should be called. I said at once, the unnecessary war. There never was a war more easy to stop than that which has just wrecked what was left of the world from the previous struggle. The human tragedy reaches its climax in the fact that after all the exertions and sacrifices of hundreds of millions of people and of the victories of the righteous cause, we have still not found peace or security, and that we lie in the grip of even worse perils than those we have surmounted. It is my earnest hope that pondering upon the past may give guidance in days to come, enable a new generation to repair some of the errors of former years, and thus govern, in accordance with the needs and glory of man, the awful unfolding scene of the future. Winston Spencer Churchill, Chartwell, Westerham, Kent, March 1948.